and thank you all for coming. We are so happy to have you here. This is Antje Duvekot. This is my wedding present from Ian. I did not cry when he proposed, but I cried when he told me that he was booking Antje for me. So, if that tells you how much I love her, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to do the freaky, like, fangirl, get away from me weirdo stuff. Yeah, that. Clapping. Great.
So yeah, please, everyone, give a hand. We are so happy.
There's going to be lots of songs that she's going to play that have a resonance with me. So if I start crying, it's because I'm happy or sad for the right reasons. And, yeah, there's one that all the Reeves family, she'll say something about it, but if you're a Reeves family member, please listen to that one and cry with me, and it'll be great.
Well, hello. I am really happy to be here. I just met the bride and groom, and I love them. They're so lovely. So I'll start out with a love song. This is a Dylan song, and Dylan has a lot of grumpy songs, but this is one of his more, just like positive songs. So it's called "You're Gonna Make Me Lonesome When You Go." I've seen love go by my door. It's never been this close before. Never been this easy and this slow. I've been shooting in the dark too long. Something's not right, it's wrong. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. Purple clover, Queen Anne's lace, crimson hair across your face. You can make me cry, but you don't know. Remember what I was thinking of. You might be spoiling me with too much love. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. And dragging clouds so high above, I have only known careless love. Oh, it might have hit me from below. And this time around it's more correct. It's right on target, so direct. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. Flowers on the hillside going crazy. Crickets talking back and forth in rhyme. Blue river running slow and lazy. I could stay with you forever. I never realized the time. Oh, situations have ended sad. Relationships have all been bad. Might have been like Verlaine and Rimbaud. There's no way I can compare all them scenes with this affair. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. You're gonna make me wonder how I'm doing, staying far behind without you. You're gonna make me wonder what I am saying. You're gonna make me give myself a good talking to. I will look for you in Honolulu, San Francisco, Ashtabula. Gonna have to leave you now, I know. But I'll see you in the skies above, in the tall grass and the ones I love. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. You're gonna make me lonesome. Wow. Thank you. I have to reiterate how nice this is. I recently played a wedding reception and nobody listened, so this is a bit of a surprise that you're actually paying attention. But it gave me the opportunity to study women's footwear when no one was listening, because I was just like, no one's really listening. But then I was like looking at women's footwear, and I learned a lot, because I didn't know how fancy, like what is fancy footwear all about. So I learned about that. So now I know what to wear next time I go to a fancy wedding. But I'm so glad, I'm so happy, because I wasn't sure, because this is my fanciest footwear, and I wasn't gonna wear sneakers, but even that might have been okay. So, yeah. Well, here's one of the ones that Sarah and Ian requested. This is an old song of mine. It's a road song. I wrote this in the year 2000, and I was a hardcore hippie back then. I still kind of am, but I was really hardcore hippie back then. I ended up, I always had like flowers in my hair and bell-bottoms, and I bought an old car with my friend Sven for $700. It was a Chevy Cavalier, and we drove it across the country, and we later found out that the people who sold it to us were like surprised it made it all the way across the country. I mean, it was $700, but we painted it with peace signs and flowers and kind of went on a search for Jack Kerouac. I mean, we like his spirit. We knew he was deceased, but we wanted to find the essence of America, and so we started to drive, and we had a lot of late nights talking about ideals, and my friend was a little bit more left-wing than I was. He was actually a full-fledged communist. I was just a free-spirited hippie. That was when we were younger. He's now a capitalist. But this song kind of, it captured a time in my life when I was trying to be free and not heed the expectations, which at the time was to get a job and climb the ladder. I'm not sure, not the corporate ladder, but to climb some kind of ladder anyway. But instead, I went and traveled for many months. This is called Long Way. You can hear okay out there? Okay. We bid our friends goodbye. We promised we would write them and headed north up 95. To the great unknown, we turned up our stereo, and I felt so reckless and alive. We didn't know who we would be. We didn't know where we would end up when we headed down that road. Little food and our guitars in the backseat, and that old cello, the one that would get stolen. Town in Idaho, and it's a long way to Michigan and back, and it's a long way. And it's a long way, the clouds upon our backs, and it's a long, 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 long way. And I have never seen reflections of the cleanest blue as in Minnesota lakes. Those were the longest nights of wood smoke and northern lights as we talked until the morning came. The light of glowing embers, as sweet as I remember, among the rustling of the trees. Legend of the harvest moon, sweet ballad of the loon, I felt as ancient as I was meant to be. And it's a long way to Tennessee and back, and it's a long way. And it's a long way, the clouds upon our backs, and it's a long, 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 long way. Called you from a payphone in windy, cold Missoula, and then from Midland in the rain. A place as proud and sad as the South Dakota Badlands that touched me more than I could explain. A dirt poor reservation where the Oglala Nation tries to hang on to its ways. Feather and peyote pipe, a six-pack of Miller Lite sits on the dashboard of a beat-up Chevrolet, and it's a long way to Washington and back, and it's a long way. Yes, it's a long way, the clouds upon our backs, and it's a long, 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 long way. Well, out in California. We touched the other ocean, and I still have that jar of sand. In the Arizona desert, the sky goes on forever. You've never seen a thing as grand. And North Montana was cold. She keeps her secrets frozen under glaciers way up north. People have got lost up there in the home of the grizzly bear, and you can ask the mountain, but the mountain doesn't care, and it's a long way to Delaware and back, and it's a long way. Yes, it's a long way. Clouds upon our backs, and it's a long, 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 long way. It's a long way on the worn out heels of Kerouac. It's a long, 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 long way. Well, thank you. You're doing great. I can't see you cry. Which is good, because if I see you cry, I'll cry. Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't here for your wedding part too. I like cry like a baby at weddings. Yes, it is. Speaking of beautiful, happy cries and people who you love, this is a song called Diana's Song, and it is for my best friend in the world. And I wrote the song just for her. I didn't really think I would share it with people, but then I ended up, people really liked it, so I put it on my record. But there's a lot of sort of inside references to my friend and I that I didn't realize would be universal. But she's the kind of friend, you probably have a best friend. She's the kind of friend who you can do anything with, and it doesn't matter what you're doing, you just have a great time. In fact, it's best if the thing you're doing is super mundane. Like, my friend Diana and I have the best time when we go to TJ Maxx. It's our favorite place to go. And we spend hours there. It's not so much about buying, it's just about being there. And there was this one particular time where we went to TJ Maxx that is fond in my memory, because we were there probably for 3 hours or so. And we kind of like, you know how they have everything, like chairs and food and snacks and stuff? So we set up shop. We took some chairs and we started to eat some of the snacks, and then we invited people to join us. And they did, and this old lady sat down with us and told us about her recent heart surgery, and then this other woman came by and she said, my husband thinks I'm at the grocery store, but I'm really at TJ Maxx. So we met so many people at TJ Maxx, and and these are the kind of things I don't know, I can only do them with my friend Diana. So this song is about her and how she helped me kind of see the good in myself as well. I was a little butterfly, I wasn't off to the best start. I flew right into a big wet puddle and would not have gotten far. Little wings stuck to the pavement amidst pedestrians and cars. But you spotted me and picked me up, 'cause that's the way you are, that's the way. You took me in and dried me off, and I wondered what I did to deserve a spot in your loving heart. Now you're never getting rid of me, and I would have to search the whole wide world until my feet hurt for a friend like you. And I could make it a full-time task. I don't think anyone would pass, 'cause I love you more than I could ever sing, more than most anything, more than most anything. Winter, spring, summer, fall, Tupperware and fudge, and your little butterfly flew crooked, but you loved me just as much. And you said, take my love with you, this will always be your home. You may flutter off in crooked flight, but you will never be alone. And I know I would have to search the whole wide world until my feet hurt for a friend like you. And I could make it a full-time task. I don't think anyone would pass, 'cause I love you more than I could ever sing, more than most anything. Well, maybe one day I'll be famous, and maybe one day I'll be rich. Then I will buy you a mansion and some German kitchen knives. But just in case that doesn't happen, I wrote this song here to remind you of how very much I love you. So let me tell you one more time. I know that I would have to search the whole wide world until my feet hurt for a friend like you. And I could make it a full-time task. I don't think anyone would pass, 'cause I love you more than I could ever sing, more than most anything, more than most anything. It's called Diana's Song. That is a good wedding song. I played that at one of my close friends' weddings, because it's like you're also best friends. I mean, you should be, otherwise it's a very bad idea to get married. So so that was a sweet song. Here's a well, I don't know. This is a song. Actually, I've sung this song at someone's wedding too, even though it's a song about rejection. But they wanted to walk down the aisle to this one, which is interesting because the girl doesn't get the guy in this song. So I'm not sure exactly. They had their own history with the song, which is what happens. But for me, this is a song about how I did not get the guy I was enamored with, and it's kind of a wallflower song about being a dandelion and not kind of being able to capture the guy's attention, and he's only interested in the orchid. And I thought that would be a good metaphor, like the dandelion is kind of the overlooked flower and the orchid is the high maintenance, like super fancy but hard to keep alive, whatever. Except it's not true. I just have an orchid and it is not high maintenance at all. So my metaphor just got shattered by my orchid's tenacious survival. Anyway, this is called Dandelion. Harry met Sally, it was settled. Mary Jane would fall for Spider-Man. The story was set in stone like Tarzan and Jane, Yoko and John. And you were like my Hollywood movie, butterflies in Central Park kiss. Of course you would pursue me, I was Julia Roberts. I mean, how could you resist? And I am the 4th of July, I'm throwing you a fire in the sky. You could go blind in my light. You were looking for an orchid, and I will always be a dandelion. So I put on the best of my Warhols. I could have been your Marilyn Monroe, but you had only eyes for the Mona Lisa. You shared my cab ride all the way home. But I am the 4th of July, throwing you a fire in the sky. You could go blind in my light. You were looking for an orchid, and I will always be am a middle-class home. I am a worn-out banjo. I'll never dance in Swan Lake. I'll never play the cello. I am the Northern Lights. I am invisible. I am a dandelion. I am forever wild. I am the 4th of July. Throwing you a fire all the way across the sky. You could go blind in my light. You were looking for an orchid, and I will always be. You were looking for a tea light, and I will always be. A forest fire, a dandelion, a dandelion, a dandelion. Aww. Here's a less sweet song. This one is about my my former. So I was living in Brooklyn, and I had a kind of mean landlady and landlord, I guess, land couple. I had a mean land couple. They were really just mean, and they were constantly invading our privacy. And she was always coming in to our apartment and telling us what to do and what not to do. And he was very quiet, so it's like she was very talkative, and she often just was naggy and repeated herself a lot. And she really got on my nerves. And then he was very quiet, so he never spoke, actually. I think he just kind of given up. And so as a songwriter, it's my job to give a voice to the voiceless people. So this is the Landlady song from his perspective. Oh, you're breaking my spirit and you're hurting my ears. Little darling, I hold you close. Oh, that's not the right chord at all. I haven't done this in a while. Let me try again. Oh, you're breaking. I got it now. Oh, you're breaking my spirit and you're hurting my ears. Little darling, when I hold you close, you have lain in our bed since the day we were wed. But when you're sleeping, I like you the most. 'Cause your voice is a needle on a record that's broke. The only one, babe, that you ever played. And these days it skips more, and it was not that good before. Oh, Lord, help me love you, babe. Long ago I was foolish, long ago I was young. You were a waitress on Route 13. I was hungry for eggs. Back then you had nice legs, and the rest is just history. But now your voice is a needle on a record that's broke. The only one, babe, that you ever played. And these days it skips more, and it was not that good before. Oh, Lord, help me love you, babe. Oh, Lord, help me love you, babe. Through thick and thin, that's the way that we swore. But you ain't been thin since the children were born. Oh, Lord, how I tried. Yeah, you know that I do, but it ain't easy loving you. Your voice is a needle on a record that's broke. the only one, babe, that you ever played. And these days it skips more, and it was not good before. Oh Lord, help me love you, babe. Oh Lord, help me love you, babe. I might do one that's not on your list, but it's super romantic. Okay, this is a song that's on my newest record, and it's called Sweet Spot. And I wrote it about being happy, which is super hard to do because it's really hard to write a song about being happy. Because what do you say? Like, there's nothing much to say. It's just contentment. And so I had to kind of force myself to think about being grateful and not overlook when things are good. So this is the song that came out of that. It's about cherishing the moment and, yeah, being in a good place. Once you stood below a mountain, now you find yourself surprised. Is this the sweet spot of your life? And this new view compares to nothing. On the hardships of your climb, yeah. This is the sweet spot of your life. And it would seem the ice is melting. It seems you've come in from the cold. This is the sweet spot of your life. And all your streams, they are now fuller what the river banks can hold, yeah. This is the sweet spot of your life. And may it only sting a moment when you dive into that blue. This is the sweet spot of your life. 'Cause by the time you hit the surface, it has rearranged you. This is the sweet spot of your life. So you must hold these days like treasures in a jewel box in your heart. This is the sweet spot of your life. For you know well they are most precious. To an old tree you must carve them. This is the sweet spot of your life. You always wanted something solid, just one solid thing. Oh, but angels are so fickle. They only love you when you sing. But you don't need those fickle angels to shine. This is the sweet spot of your life. Once you stood below a mountain, now you find yourself surprised. This is the sweet spot of your life. And this new view compares to nothing on the hardships of your climb. The sweet spot of your life. This is the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot of your life. This is the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot of your life. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to try one of the ones that was on your list that I haven't played in years. I'm going to be brave and go for it. Okay, so this is called Helpless Kiss, and I have not played it in a long time. We'll see what happens. Oh, hold on. I have the lyrics, but they're on the other side. I had to look up my own lyrics on the internet. And then, like, they don't let you read all of them. I'm like, no, I don't want to sign up for your mailing list. I need to know my own lyrics. The dust it has fallen, the comet has crashed, stolen statues have lost their heads. The Great Wall of China is melting in the rain. The stacks of words are burning like Pompeii. The fog in our bedroom was thicker than before. I called your name and it felt like war, and we ran with our shoes off to the pavements and to the place of our birth, to the end of the earth. Helpless kiss, rudderless. How do you intend to unbreak this? We're paper fleet in an Arctic freeze, in the skin of an endless open sea. Boxes in the bedroom, we buried our hurt. We were keeping score, we were saving our words. We touched like flowers, frozen in a wreath. We fell like stones, we were running in our sleep. We were running in our sleep. Helpless kiss, rudderless. How do you intend to unbreak this? We're paper fleet in an Arctic freeze, on the skin of an endless open sea. The happy endings are dependent on where the film is cut. Noah's Ark and the Titanic are different scenes of the same plot. I won't tear apart your photo, I will not desecrate your grave, 'cause I know they're not responsible for the time when they were made. Helpless kiss, rudderless. How do you intend to unbreak this? We're paper fleet in an Arctic freeze, on the skin of an endless open sea. Helpless kiss, rudderless. How do you intend to unbreak this? We're paper fleet in an Arctic freeze, on the skin of an endless open sea. I don't remember how it ends. I think it just fades out. Thank you. I might as well do the other one that I'm unsure about. Okay, thank you. This is called Go Now, and it's off the same record, and it's also old, and I haven't played in a while. Wait, you have to stay so I can read your lips, in case I forget the words. Top of the stairs, up on the roof, I scratched your name into the blue. I can't remember how I got there. You and my drink making me dizzy. Your name on the wall, I nearly spelled out on a limb. I nearly fell, I nearly followed you, nearly let go, but I lost my nerve. Hey, 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 I wanna go now. Hey, I wanna go now. I'll be damned if I go, but I'll be damned if I don't, so let me go, let me go, let me go. Up on the rock where the sirens call, it must appear I brought you there. Clearly I wanted you to find me. Clearly I wanted, but would not dare out on the ledge. My fingers drawn, your whispers on, my will to jump if it weren't for these white shoes and this new dress. I would have come. Hey, 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 I wanna go now. Hey, I wanna go now. I'll be damned if I go, but I'll be damned if I don't. So let me go, let me go, let me go. Hey, I wanna go now. Hey, I wanna go now. I'll be damned if I go, but I'll be damned if I don't. So let me go, let me go, let me go. Cruelty grins on the wallflower princess who wanted so much just to be touched by the man in her head, but she kept him up there in her epitaph read. I was scared. Hey, I wanna go now. Hey, I wanna go now. I'll be damned if I go, but I'll be damned if I don't. So let me go, let me go, let me go. Hey, I wanna go now. Hey, I wanna go now. I'll be damned if I go, but I'll be damned if I don't. So let me go, let me go, let me go.
Thank you. I should play that one more often. I don't know why I never do. I'll do another, yeah.
Can we just take a quick break? I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, of course, yeah. Oh my God, stop the show.
So, I had a request from the couple for this song. This is called Anna, and I wrote this for my grandmother, but it was super cute. We were standing in the kitchen, and Sarah was like, "The song that you wrote for my grandmother," and I love that because I wrote it for everyone's grandmother. It's not just for mine. So this is for Adele Reeves, and for my grandmother as well. It's called Anna, and this is one of those songs that I didn't really have to deliberate. It just sort of flowed out of me shortly after my grandma passed away. It just came in the matter of an hour. Anna stares out of the window. It's her 85th spring. She tries to concentrate on something. Her face is strained and she's confused at the walls in this room and all the strangers standing around her chair. They brought her photographs in frames. They are using her name, but she just smiles politely at their embrace. And Anna introduces herself again. A man picks up her hand and says, "Anna, look, the spring has come, and your carousel's waiting. It's 1925 in New Orleans. You are in your favorite dress. Your brother is at your dad's hand, and you're on your way to the harbor fest. There will be apples on sticks and fish stands, and you'll get to wave at the passing ships, and your daddy will buy you something at the end. Anna tries to form a thought, but at the end she's forgotten where she started from. There's something she would like to say, but the words in her head seem to have got away. Can Hannah come out and play, and over all that is inside? Curtain is closing in her deep brown eyes. Oh, it's like someone's built a wall, and through the very last cracks Hannah extends her hand, and a little girl calls, "Please don't let me fall." It's 1925 in New Orleans. You are in your favorite dress. Brother is at your dad's hand, and you're on your way to the harbor fest. There will be apples on sticks and fish stands, and you'll get to wave at the passing ships, and your daddy will buy you something at the end. And there's so much you must have witnessed as the whole world changed, child, at the onset of the Jazz Age. And there was long before Elvis and rock and roll. They told you there will be music, and you just wait. It's 1925 in New Orleans. You are in your favorite dress. Brother is at your dad's hand, and you're on your way to the harbor fest. There will be apples on sticks and fish stands, and you'll get to wave at the passing ships, and your daddy will buy you something at the end. What do you think of it all? As you are so small under your blanket here in this hospital. I love you. Tell your bones not to let go. But your heart is beating slowly now. The spring has come, but one small leaf was falling. 1925 in New Orleans. You are in your favorite dress. Your brother is at your dad's hand, and you're on your way to the harbor fest. There will be apples on sticks and fish stands, and you'll get to wave at the passing ships, and your daddy will buy you something at the end. For Adele and my grandma. Small confession, my grandmother's name wasn't really Anna. Her name was Gerda. She is from Germany, from a town called Gleiwitz. And there was no way I could sing that. So I made it be New Orleans and Anna, but other than that, it's still the total exact sentiment. Yes, I will. I will sing something happy now. I was going to. This is a happy song. This is called Merry Go Round. And I think this is how you guys found me. This song was on a commercial. So basically, this is a song I didn't like very much, and I never played it. And then one day I got a phone call from an ad agency in Boston, and they said, "We heard this song, and we want to use it for one of our major clients for a nationwide commercial on television." It actually played like during the Super Bowl and like those prestigious commercial spots. So suddenly they were just like, we're gonna play it all over TV, and so then I liked the song again because I didn't like it. I had retired that song, but then when that happened and they also paid me a handsome amount of money, I was able to buy a car with the money. So then I liked the song a lot and I played it every night. But it was interesting working with a corporate entity because I had never done that before. I'm always an independent artist. So there is a little lyric issue in the song, or it's not an issue at all. I don't think it's an issue, but they thought it was a problem because the word breasts appears in the song. So they were like, we love the song, but can you please rewrite it and change the breasts? So I changed it to knockers. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't really do that. So I don't remember. I'll give you the uncensored version. I'm pretty sure that we can handle it. Yeah, I love breasts. Okay. So it's called Merry-Go-Round. Someone is tossing petals in the stream somewhere. Someone is standing at the foothills of their dreams. And someone got a paintbrush, is painting over doubt. Someone opened up his eyes and saw the sun coming out. Someone was captive and found the courage to get off. Throw a boulder in the well somewhere the rain has stopped. Someone is finding a place where they belong. Every day is summer, somewhere in the world, and the summer boys are headed for the falls to kiss the girls with their impatient hands, groping honey breasts and curls. They are filled with desire. And high in the hills, there's a baby being born. It's forgiveness and peace, wash over bruises and sores. People bridging the distance over nettles and thorns. Everyone aboard on the merry-go-round. Some things will rise up so that others come down. If the devil don't dance, heaven won't shine. It's a mighty thick haze and it's a pretty thin line. If the faucet is tightened up, the love won't flow. If the love isn't bright enough, the corn won't grow. If the night isn't dark enough, the moon won't glow. Rich man counting money, tired man counting sheep, while the saved man counts his blessings, the hungry man his beans. There's a million people praying, raising up their eyes to what turns out to be the same God, the same sky, and we are slightly scared of death, a little bit afraid, so we celebrate everything we can think to celebrate. We shall sing out loud to keep the hounds away. Everyone aboard on the merry-go-round. Some things will rise up so that others come down. If the devil don't dance, heaven won't shine. It's a mighty thick haze and it's a pretty thin line. If the faucet is tightened up, the love won't flow. If the love isn't bright enough, the corn won't grow. If the night isn't dark enough, the moon won't glow. Prisons will crumble and governments will fall. It's the order of freedom to be preceded by walls, 'cause the truth will be worthless if no one ever lied. So we carry our shame in the interest of pride, and we have all these questions to make us go roam, and we got all this distance to make us come home. Everyone aboard on the merry-go-round. Some things will rise up so that others come down. If the devil don't dance, heaven won't shine. It's a mighty thick haze and it's a pretty thin line. If the faucet is tightened up, the love won't flow. If the love isn't bright enough, the corn won't grow. If the night isn't dark enough, the moon won't glow. It's called Merry-Go-Round. Thank you. Maybe I'll do a couple more and then we can take a longer break and then I'll do some more. Yeah, okay. Great. Maybe I'll just do one more actually and then I'll retune the guitar. So this is called Opium and it's a sort of a sexy song. I played this at someone's wedding as well. This is a funny wedding story because someone invited me to play this song at their wedding, but it was a surprise for the bride. And they were going to do their first dance to the recording of the song, but he called me up and he said, would you come to the wedding and then you can do it live and she'll be blown away that you're there in person. But in order to explain the sound system and the guitar, he needed sort of a decoy so that she wouldn't know that I was there. So he had this elaborate plan where he was going to pick up the guitar and talk to the audience and tell the people that he had learned to play the guitar. So to kind of explain the guitar part. And then I was going to walk up from backstage and I was going to walk up and tap him on the shoulder and be like, hey, why don't you let me take this? And it's going to be this big moment where, she's really here. But the thing is, like, when I was waiting in the wings and I kind of saw, like, the moment he announced that he was going to play the guitar, all the people's faces lit up and they got so excited that he was going to play the guitar and that he learned a song. So then I was like, oh no, this might not go well. So then I walked up anyway and I tapped him on the shoulder and I said, why don't you let me take it? And it was complete pandemonium because no one knew who I was. It's not like I'm instantly recognizable like Bruce Springsteen. So people were like, who is this woman? She's ruining the surprise. I'm like, no, I am the surprise. so there was definitely a big moment of confusion. And then the bride did not recognize me. And she looked completely horrified. She's just like, who are you? What are you doing to my husband's surprise? So he had to explain it. But then she totally knew who I was. So I'm really glad you know who I am. So anyway, but this is the song that they danced their first dance to. And it's, I wrote it kind of in obsession more than romantic love. I was kind of obsessed with this guy. And I had to get that out. So I did. All right. Okay, well, I'll do this one and then we can take a little break. Awesome. You are a roller coaster, you make the ladies weak. You are a rocket ship come from another galaxy. Yeah. You are pure desire, like a candy bar at a fat camp. If I cannot have you now, I will wither like a weed. You are a glass of fine wine with a 4-star dish. You are a little detour, make me shake like a jellyfish. You could do my laundry, won't you make me? Come on. You are like opium. You look like a centaur riding on that bike. Rock star with your guitar, play me the soundtrack to my life and tell me a story. I don't care if it is true. I only want to see your lips move. If I were a country, I'd let you explore me. You could draw a map then and show me all my peaks. If I were a car, I would let you repair me and jumpstart my battery. You have the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. I would offer you a permanent position in my dreams. And it's not that I'm easily swept off my feet, but you are like ecstasy. You are a roller coaster, you make the ladies weep. You are a rocket ship come from another galaxy. Yeah, you are a hurricane walking down that lane. Oh, you make a woman blush, boy, when you look at her that way, 'cause you are like opium. Oh, you are like opium. Oh, you are like opium. Yay, it hasn't rained yet. See you after the break.
Now and help! I've sat and I can't get up. Okay, thank you.
Sarah. Sarah, what you need? Have you got like a phone or something with music you want played?
We can just leave it silent.
Yeah,
till
we'll
she
just
comes back.
leave it.
Later,
We'll bring you something.
Yeah,
in a little bit.
later on. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Once
got like a computer or something for me?
we got an iPod. Once she's done, I'll give you the iPod. You'll plug it in and put it on shuffle, and we're good to go.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, Bob.
Robbie, do you need anything?
Yeah, for one. Oh yeah, I'm sure you got it. You know.
Have a great time.
I won't have anyone to do my special project. Yeah.